Hello, have a pleasant stay. Today's class is procedure for testing hypothesis. I am Srimati from Dr. Ambedkar Global Law Institute, Tirupati. Let's start the class how to test the hypothesis. The first one is set up a hypothesis and then set up a suitable significance level, a collection of data, setting your test criteria, doing computations, making decisions, and present the findings in the result. So let us start with one by one. Set up a hypothesis. So one has to know that after developing their initial research hypothesis, the prediction that you want to investigate, so it is important to restate it as a null hypothesis. So already in the last video I have given how to restate the null hypothesis and the alternate hypothesis so that you can test it mathematically. So alternate hypothesis is usually the initial hypothesis that predicts the relationship between the variables. So null hypothesis is prediction of no relationship between the variables you are interested in. So after you have to set up two, that is a null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis, HO and HA. The second step is to test the validity of null hypothesis against that of alternate hypothesis at a certain level of significance. So the confidence with which an experimenter rejects or retains the null hypothesis depends on the significance level. So the significance level is customarily expressed as a percentage, such as a percent, that is with 95 percentage or 5 percentage, 10 percentage or 50 percentage like. So is the probability of rejects the null hypothesis if it is about true. When the null hypothesis in the question is accepted at a 5%, the statistician is running the risk that in a long run he will be making a wrong decision about 5% of a time. Suppose if he rejects the hypothesis at the same level, he runs the risk of rejecting the hypothesis in 5 out of every 100 occasions. So testing, selecting the hypothesis is over. Now this collection of data. The collection of data. For a statistical test to be a valid, it is important to perform a sampling and collection of data in a way that is designed to test the person's hypothesis. So based on the hypothesis how he has framed, then he has to collect the data. Suppose if your data is not representative, then you cannot make a statistical inferences about the population you are interested in. So what the hypothesis you are doing and from where you want to take that inference, that population and sampling, the data collection is very much important. The fourth step is, this is about selecting an appropriate probability distribution for the particular test. Say for example, a probability distribution which can be probably be applied here, probability distribution theories. So some probability distribution that are commonly used in testing procedures are, that is t-test, f-test and chi-square test. So doing computations. So after crossing all the steps, then we have completely designed the statistical test. We now proceed to the next step, that is performance of various computations from a random sample size called n. So necessary for the test. So this calculations include the testing statistics and the standard error of testing statistics. So everything we have to do. We have to calculate the test what they want to calculate, say for example t-test or f-test or chi-square test. After finding that, then they have to find out the standard error of that testing statistics. That is comes under the doing computations. And the next one is, after computation is over, a statistical conclusions or statistical decision is a decision either to reject or to accept the null hypothesis. So the decision will depend on whether the computed value of the best criterion falls in the region of rejection or in the region of acceptance. That should be decided. The next one is present the findings in your result. So if the hypothesis is being tested at 5% level and the observed set results has probability less than the 5%, then we can consider the difference between the sample statistics and the hypothetical parameter is significant. So we can conclude the one has to note that the rejection statement is much stronger than the acceptance statement. So we can simply say if null hypothesis is not rejected, the statistician does not categorically conclude that the hypothesis is true. So if he wants to prove that it is true, then he has to reject the null hypothesis in strong manner. Then only his hypothesis will come true. Hope you understood. Until the next, it's bye from Srimati. Thank you.